How you doing, everyone? Welcome to episode of Krypto Playboy. My name is Simul. Guys, to begin, chuck like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more content coming out. And also, guys, hop into the Discord. In there, you got the best tips, freestyles, and community in all of crypto. And yeah, let's get into today's episode. All right, we have a very special guest on the show today. This is a mate of mine I met through the crypto space. His name is Cryptodan, and he is the man I've been waiting to get on the show for you guys to teach you about investing in crypto. All right, now let's get him on. There's been some regular appearances from him, and you're going to love what he has to say. The knowledge this man has is huge, okay? It's going to put me to shame. Here he is. Dan, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I appreciate it. I don't know if my knowledge will put you to shame. You're very good at this stuff, but I think we'll be equal in the game here. Maybe just different knowledge, I hope.
That's it. Like, do you want to tell the guys a bit about yourself? Like, I know me and you know each other. We've met each other in crypto space. You make some good mates out there. Tell the guys a bit about you and like about your also the algorithm you have.
Yeah, for sure. So my name's Daniel, otherwise known as Cryptodan. I've been in crypto since 2017, around December. So bad timing, right? Lost a lot of money for the first couple of years, but I've been doing it full time since like 2019, and I've learned a lot in the space. Doing like 5 hours a day for literally 4 years. So I just love this stuff, and I've been teaching it for around a year or two. And I work in a few different groups teaching crypto. And I've invented what I think, from what I've found through my research, is one of the most accurate investing algos in crypto. I call it the Hunter algorithms. If you want to look at it, I'll be showing it in the video today. But I mostly do investing, NFTs. I really focus on studying the mindset and the psychology behind investing. And I don't do any like tiny small cap coin flips. I don't do any like gambling. I'm super professional with my investing, and I try to do it all in a really smart way. So I try to do it very proper. If that sounds like your style, you'll probably enjoy what I teach. And yeah, keen to get into it.
Oh, so Dan's going to become a regular on the show here. He's part of the Krypto Playboy Crew. Actually, you can call us now the Krypto Playboys. So,
yeah, it's the Krypto Playboys. We're going to adapt the brand.
Sure of us. So I'll let you take over, man, if you want. So share your screen, do your thing, and I'll hide away in the corner somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll just bring it up here. I wanted to cover two different points on the channel today. And the first thing I want to cover is actually a market update. So I wanted to go over just really briefly what I'm seeing with Bitcoin, because we've just crashed. We've seen the Luna/UST blow up, where UST, the stable coin, was no longer stable. It went to about 65 cents as its lowest point, which is insane. And the whole market's crashed. So what do I think about the market right now? Well, I've got a chart here for Bitcoin. I'm hoping it shows up. This is the algo that I'm talking about. Now, if you look at the green band here, the price has to go below the green to get a buy signal. And what I'm basically seeing is that we are heading towards what I would consider long-term value regions. And by long-term value region, I basically mean areas where on a really long-term basis, this is a very, very solid entry. And you can't really go wrong entering in these regions. Now, for a buy signal, we need the Bitcoin price to go to about $28,000, which is below the green line here. And so, yeah, it's about $3,000 below the current price. So we're getting very close to where I would be buying Bitcoin. And to be honest, I don't think it's going to be we buy and the market's going back into a bull market. I really think that the Fed is going to be controlling markets for quite a while. Inflation is very high, and inflation is absolutely the main priority of the Fed. Too many people quit their jobs and are now lazy and are now unemployed and don't want to go back to the workforce. And this is causing issues in the economy, where basically there's a supply shortage of goods from all around the world. Ukraine war doesn't help with that either. Further supply shortages, and it's just not all around not good for the economy. So the Fed really needs to step in to not only suppress the market and try to control the craze that they've done by all this money printing. They also really need to bring the inflation down, because their mandate is either, as I say here, inflation or growth. Now, growth is what would help stocks rally, risk assets rally in general. Inflation is what they would be doing to sort of control growth. It's the opposite. So right now, their priority is lowering inflation, which is going to affect growth, and that obviously affects all markets. So the Fed and inflation is a tough one to beat. It's not something they can just to make a couple changes and it goes away. No, this is going to be a tough one to beat. So I don't expect the Fed to have this under control for, I don't know, 6, 12 plus months. I don't think 2022 is going to be a great year for crypto. And the US dollar is also really strong, which really hurts crypto because all the coins are going to be, they're all paired against the US dollar. So if the USD is strong, it hurts the relative strength of crypto as well. And smart money is cashed out. You can see that with Luna and USD. It's crashing. Someone's taken their money out of the market. Someone's, dropped the market cap of Luna from $20 to $11 billion. There's someone that's cashed out, and the smart money's cashed out. And because the smart money's cashed out, prices have crashed, and the dumb money retail are leaving. All the new investors, the ones who came in for NFTs and all that stuff, they're all going to be leaving now. And so with smart people and with both sides of the spectrum leaving, it's a bad combo for a bear market, because once these people go, they're not coming back for a while. They don't just come back next week. So we've hit this what with no return in the reflexivity of crypto. It's a bit of a weird concept, but basically reflexivity means the higher prices go, the higher they can continue to go, and the lower they go, the lower they can continue to go. It's like pulling back a slingshot. The more you pull it back, the further it's going to shoot in the other direction, or a slinky, something like that. And so we've had what we experience in the market is a lot of people leaving and a really harsh drop, and this is going to basically cause continued bearishness, in my opinion, because these people are going to take a while to come back. Like in 2018, when we went really bearish, all the people who left, they didn't come back till 2020, 2021, years later, when we started to go back up again. So yeah, that's a bit of a concern for me. So my main priority, what am I doing then if I'm so bearish? My main focus is on 3 main things. So I want to accumulate more knowledge. I want to do exactly what I did in the last bear market, which was spend hours a day learning, researching, finding the next big projects, and also really focusing on income. A problem that I had in the last bear market was I didn't have really solid income to put into the markets when the bottom came. So a really key focus is learning skills, learning high income skills that I can use to make a lot of money to then put in at the market bottom. And that's what my big focus is. And obviously finding the projects and accumulating them. And I now want to be talking about, if that's all good, the next project that I'm really bullish on. And that's just down here. So my next really big project is called Syn. Now, I know I've just said the market's terrible, and now I'm going to be talking about an altcoin, but this one I really think is a big one. And just so you know, I've never done a paid shill. I've never done a paid promotion in my life. Anything that I mention is just something I have money in that I think will make you guys money. So this is the chart for Syn right now. Syn is one of the most strongest charts in crypto at the moment. If you can have a look here, the price where it is right now is higher than the price 2 weeks ago. Now, where was Bitcoin 2 weeks ago? Well, let's have a look over here. Bitcoin 2 weeks ago was around 38K. It's now at 31K. Syn has gone higher. So what that means is that even though the market has just experienced a black swan crash, Synapse has held up. And that is a really good sign that the project has a lot of strong hands that really believe in the project, and that the future for this coin, at least in the short and midterm, is really solid. So this is one of the biggest positions that I hold at the moment. And this is the reasons why right here. So it's got a die-hard cult community. The price has gone sideways for 12 months. It has done nothing for 12 months. What that means is that all these other coins were pumping 12 months ago. So people sell Syn to buy these other coins because they chase what's rallying. And what's happened was the only people who now hold Syn are ones that truly believe in the project. And this project has some of the best fundamentals in the entire space. So strong hands plus solid project equals, a really good time. Now, what else have we got? It's an insane team. They've got a very good team, continually bringing on amazing talent. It's going to become an L1. Now, think about the last L1s, Solana, AVAX, NEAR, all those other ones. Now, it's a community project. It's not VC backed, which means you don't have insiders who are dumping on you. You just have a community of strong cult holders. That's exactly what you want. Now, what else have we got? Influencers. The people who are supporting this project are known to have supported the project insane returns during the last bull market. One of which is a guy called Cryptodan on Twitter, which I'm going to show you shortly. This guy called Fed up during its beginning, and that's before it went 1000x. And that's this guy here. He's very good. Now, what else have we got? Price is higher. That's one point. The narrative behind Synapse is it's a cross-chain swap. So if you're on the Sol network, you want to go to AVAX, all you have to do is do a simple swap on this platform. Now, the narrative space, which is basically a term for describing the potential narratives that can build around a project, for this project is really strong because they're not just going to be a cross-chain swap platform. They're going to be much, much more. There's a lot of potential and a lot of ways that they can use this technology to change crypto. Now, it's a new project as well. It hasn't experienced the full bull market cycle where it's pumped 10x, come down. It hasn't done that, which is really good because the ones that have been pump and dumped, they've had weak hands come in who now need to be shaken out. The only people who hold SYN are very strong hands because it hasn't pumped. No idiots have chased it because it hasn't pumped. And also, they're going to be branching into the NFT swaps space as well. So that's bringing in NFT investors, which is going to be huge. Now, let's get into the people supporting the project and what they have to say. So this is the main guy here. And this is a tweet that he talked about integration with DeFi kingdoms. Now, if you know the metaverse space, this is a really big one for the metaverse space. And what do I say here? But you didn't even know bridging NFTs is now possible. We're now bridging NFTs, which is really, really bullish between the different networks. And reasons that he knows he's early. The SYN chain hasn't even launched yet. We don't even have the SYN L1 launched. So it's pre-L1. No major exchanges. You can only buy this on Uniswap, SushiSwap, and a couple of shitty centralized exchanges. And most people are using these other bridging platforms, which aren't even very good. The best tech is with SYN. Now, what else are we saying? Ethereum is L1, while Uniswap is not, because Uniswap is built on Ethereum. And L1 is like an underlying protocol that applications can be built on. So one day, there will be a whole SYN ecosystem able to access liquidity on all the chains, which is insanely bullish. And SYN has the best user experience in the game as well for the cross-chain industry. And it's not restricted to EVM. I don't want to cover any technicals here, but awesome team, like you said, focused on community and not VCs. Community is absolutely key. VCs are not important. So they are becoming an L1, as we said before, which will be a magnet for liquidity to the protocol. And you've seen the tokenomics, the Ponzi-nomics of an L1 when they can bring in capital to lock up SYN or SOL or AVAX, whatever the token is, to then cause upward price appreciation. So that's a really bullish catalyst as well. And this right here is a thread that he's written on SYN. I'm not going to go into it because it's quite long, but I really recommend reading this. You'll find it on his feed, and there's a lot of really good points here for why it's bullish. Now, there's another tweet here. SYN is the next Theta. Theta he talked about before it went 1000x. So buying Theta when he talked about it made you 1000x, and he's now saying SYN is the next Theta. So what does that tell you? Now, this is a tweet that I made. So as you can see, 27th of April, there's a coin that just goes sideways. It's accumulating, building, innovating, growing. The price here is 2.8. The price here is above $3. So we've just had the market absolutely crash and the coin's higher than what it was before. So it's a very, very strong bet. I wouldn't say safe because no cryptos are safe, but it's one of the safer bets you can make right now. And one other tweet from another guy on Twitter, just bought a small bag of SYN to HODL. Going to be adding more to this each month. Now, as you can see here, he's basically talked about there's an extremely high level of memery and autism, and he hasn't seen this since Link. Now, remember Link during the last bear market? Link during the last bear market was the best performing project, and it was one of the only ones that kept going up during the entire time. So if you're looking for the next Link, this is my bet. And so you know, this guy here, this is the first time he's bought a new coin since Ethereum. Now, that's an entire year of not touching anything and only buying SYN. That is a huge thing, especially for a guy like this. If you look at his brand, he's a very, very solid investor. Now, that is basically my bull case for SYN. Obviously, do your own research, not financial advice. But yeah, that's a bit about me as well. And thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. That's everything from me for this episode. Hope it wasn't too knowledge intensive, but yeah, that should be it. I can't hear you, by the way.
Oops. Had the mute on there. I was having a nap before. It's very interesting what you're saying, and it was the first time I've done an episode. It was very easy. But well, even the project you just mentioned, I was just looking into it and having a look on the side. But I like what you're saying about it, and hopefully everyone actually reviews it and does their research on it. Any links in the project we'll chuck down below, so they can check it out and look into it for themselves. And to see that holding itself during this bear market like that, that's a solid sign in anyone's eyes.
And it's the only project basically in crypto that's done that. Besides this one other coin that I've seen called Rogue, which is basically a Ponzi. So I'm not going to count that. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's held up really well. The best sign of a coin is it going to make you money, or has it made you money? And it's made me money, and the market's been absolute shit. And if a coin is strong when the market is terrible, imagine how strong it's going to be when the market's good. That's my logic.
Better get buying some Sin then when I get off this.
Not financial advice.
I think everyone knows that by now. You're in crypto. Guys on YouTube, guys on Twitter, you're there to just give your opinion on things. Like, I've done that myself. You do it as well. You're trying to help people out there because, starting out, it was a hard thing to get into. It was hard to, do your research on it. The best thing to do was YouTube and that. And there you go. That's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
End of the day, we all help each other and grow a community. That's how I see it.
Exactly, 100%.
Well, this is going to be a very regular thing. Thank you so much for coming on with this. And look forward to expanding these Crypto Playboys. Yeah.
Awesome. As long as we've got Playboys on the next episode, it'll be perfect. It'll be set.
That's it. The Crypto Playboys. No girls allowed.
And we have to wear our Versace robes next time. We can't be wearing basic shirts. If you're gonna be a Playboy, you gotta look at
I'll whip it out for you. No problems, guys. I reckon we'll wrap this up, boys, and we'll see everyone very, very soon. Thanks, guys. Do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll put Cryptodan's link below for his Twitter. Make sure you get on there, like it, get involved in his tweets. He does a lot of cool things on there. Follow him on Twitter, okay? Very active in there. Do not miss out what he has. Anything you need to know, down below. And we'll catch you all very soon.
Awesome.